We're live now, yeah.
Alright. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon po sa ating mga teachers, educators in the audience. Hello and welcome to the GEG APAC Weekend. Stay connected. Now, the GEG APAC Weekend po is a collaborative effort of Google educator groups around the Asia-Pacific region. Habang meron po tayong mga webinars hosted dito sa Pilipinas, meron din po tayong mga kasabay ng mga iba pang guro sa Asia Pacific na nakikinig din sa mga webinars sa kani-kanilang bansa. Meron po sa Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Hong Kong, India, Japan, and South Korea. Naka-flash po ngayon sa ating screen yung website kung saan makikita nyo po lahat ng webinars na nangyayari ngayon. Ngayon pong hapon, meron po tayong guest speaker. Ang guest speaker po natin ay si Mr. Marlon Uson. Mr. Marlon Uson is the Cambridge Exam Officer at the Singapore Piaget Academy and taught IBMYP and BP Physics in Malaysia. Sir Marlon is from the Philippine Normal University and also from the LaSalle University. Hi, Sir Marlon. I think we're good to go.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. I'll put you down just like what instructed a while ago, yeah?
Yes, it's okay. See you later.
I'll see you again later. All right. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum. Yeah, my name is Marlon. I used to serve under the Department of Education like you guys. I started at Las Piñas National High School. That is school close to the famous bamboo organ, all right, close to the St. Joseph Academy. Remember yesterday we had a panel discussion about international collaboration from that school. All right, my first school was close to that, all right? And from there, I then transferred to Olongapo in the largest school there, the Olongapo City National High School before doing around half a year of supervisory role at the DepEd Regional Office in San Fernando, Pampanga. When I was still in the country, I was also doing tutorial jobs to students from Brent International School at SBMA area and some part-time university teaching at Colegio ng Subic. Then I decided to go abroad, went to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and my friends there, they were saying, "Oh, Marlon, your journey is like jalan-jalan, all right? Jalan-jalan is the bahasa Melayu or also bahasa Indonesia term for people, you know, those people going from place to place, exploring and experiencing different cultures, all right? It's like gala in Filipino, all right? Those kind of stuff, all right? And later on, after about a little more than 3 years, I moved from Malaysia to Indonesia, where I am right now, doing this broadcast at Central Java here in Indonesia. I was already introduced by Sarah earlier, but I am telling you all these because of my first slide. Okay, I basically plan to make us all recall what are the things we teachers have been considering and doing before class, during class, and after our classes. All right, it appears to me that wherever I go, the teaching culture is just the same. All right, when I was in Malaysia and even here in Indonesia, I work with teachers not just from Malaysia or Indonesia, but from other countries as well, like from the US, teachers from the US, teachers from China, United Kingdom, Africa, all right, India, Singapore, New Zealand, all right, Australia, Korea, and many more. All right, I can see that these professionals, their practice, whenever they teach, is very similar to us. All right, the culture when it comes to teaching seems to be the same anywhere. All right, anywhere in the world. All right. Hold on. We all have syllabus. Okay. We also have this MELC. In your case, there in the Philippines, the most essential learning competencies. And we all do lesson plans. We all do lesson plans, and this integral part of our teaching, the assessment. And everyone appears to be knowing this pyramid here, or triangle, as you may see, as somebody call it. All right, representing the Bloom's taxonomy. Each one of us are like using this whenever we do some planning of our lessons. All right, and apart from that, we also consider tools whenever we do the planning. All right, the planning of our lessons. Each one, every person or every teacher that I encountered in my journey are all doing this, considering all these stuff whenever they do their teaching. All right, the tools, especially now that we are in the pandemic time. We need to consider what we have in our own home or our own houses. The same way, we need to know what our students have in their ends, in their own houses. And apart from that, there is this scary thingy. All right, there's this scary thingy here that we need to also include in our plans. All right, the coronavirus requires us to maintain distance. All right, in the past months, most of us tried to equip ourselves with these skills by doing self-study, attending webinars like this broadcast, watching videos, video tutorials, and some other stuff. All right. Sometimes, though, we have some doubts. All right. Even though we have already attended a lot of sessions about these particular skills, but still, we are not very confident whether we can implement what the speaker said. All right. About this, for example, Google applications. All right. Another thing is the time. All right. Another thing is the time. Especially for my reasoning, why we teachers need to consider doing classroom inversion or flipping our classroom. I'll do that later. Okay. There are many more. All right. Things have changed. All right. So the idea is that how are we going to do this teaching, this profession? With this kind of situation that we have, all right? How are we going to teach? Okay, the Department of Education has already addressed this question. That's why you have the MELC, the most essential learning competencies, and the different modalities. My aim in this broadcast is just to add few other things to the teaching methods. Not something that should appear, oh, what you're doing is wrong, all right? You should have done it, you should do it this way, all right? It's not going to be like that. Mine is just an additional input to what you have already planned, or the Department of Education has already prepared for you, all right? It looks to me that all these methods that you have, the modalities, all right, consider the importance of communication, all right, of being connected with the students. Or staying connected with students despite of the school closures due to physical distance requirements. All right. With this question, obviously the answer is yes. All right. This one is staying connected really even possible. All right. Is this really something that we can still do despite of the pandemic? All right. The answer to this question is obviously yes. All right. We were able to come up with the modular approach. All right, like those, I think you have 4 in the Philippines, and in some other schools around the world, they are also considering virtual conference, like in a real-time teaching and so on, using platforms like Google Meets, Zoom. Some schools are also using Microsoft Teams. All right, staying connected is possible. All right, my talk is about which is the best time to be connected. All right, just like what I told you, I'll be giving more stress on the time in this talk. All right, because it is somehow connected to the pedagogy that I'm about to recommend to each one of you watching this broadcast. We have some issues about time, so we have to make good use of that. All right, the question should be this one. All right, which part of the lesson should we trim down? Should this trim down time be used? Okay, So basically, the reason why I put that question in there is let me share to you guys that before the pandemic, I used to have like 4 to 5 hours of instructions per class per week. Now, when we moved to this online platform, we are doing this distance learning or online teaching. That time allotted for each of my classes per week is trimmed down to half of the original time allotted for my classes. All right. Right now, my classes are like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. All right. Some of my classes are like having 3 hours. Okay. So the question should be, which part of the lesson or our plans should this trimmed down time be used? Can we just skip or just give some small amount of time at this particular part of the procedure or our plan and dedicate most of our time from this trimmed down time to this specific situation inside the classroom, things like that. All right. We're going to talk more about that a little bit later. All right. As you can see in my title, let's go back to here. All right. In my title, staying connected. Staying connected is staying connected by turning classroom on its head. Basically, I want to suggest. All right. My aim is to suggest or recommend an answer to that question that I presented earlier. All right. When is the best time to be connected? All right. Especially that we have limited time now. All right. We cannot. I agree with some other educators who are actually doing this scheduling of classes at this pandemic time. They said we have to lower down the number of contact hours for each of the classes because they have to fit in all the classes in one day, things like that. And just I just want to share that in my school we have like 15 minutes. What is this break? For example, your class starts at 8 to 9, and then the students will be attending the next class 15 minutes after. All right. Unlike before, the next class will be just immediately after the first class ends. All right. So things like that. All right. The reason is because of the exposure also to the gadgets, some health reasons as well. All right. Okay, so we really cannot do with this online teaching. We really cannot do we really cannot use the same amount of time, all right, or schedule our classes for the same amount of time that we had before the pandemic. It has to be really trimmed down, all right. When we trim down the time, then we've got to do something about it. We've got to think about which part of our lesson should we dedicate that trimmed down time for. All right. So let's start with this. All right, hold on. Okay, so that's us. Teacher delivers lesson. All right, new learning to our student. We used to do that by doing it face to face. All right, during before the pandemic time, and then right now, as I see it, a lot of schools or a lot of teachers are also doing the same thing in real time. All right, using what we are doing right now. All right, or using Google Meet. All right, real time video conference, and then instead of using chalk and blackboard before, or whiteboard and pen before, we use the presentation tools like the Google Slides or maybe PowerPoint and some other presentation softwares. All right, and these are being shared to students through the platform, the Google Meet in my case. All right. While we are doing that, our students are here. You see, our students are here, sitting, facing us, so that they can acquire or receive the new learning or the new information from us. All right. In this particular setup here, our students are getting the new information by listening to us. All right. And another thing is that sometimes they do some interaction. All right. They interact with us by asking some questions. All right. And also they will be like stopping us for a while because they need to clarify something. So these things are happening when we are delivering our new lesson. And at the same time, the students are receiving new information from us. Okay? And they take down notes also. In this particular setup here, they're receiving new information. Apart from listening, interacting, most of our students are also taking down notes while we are talking to them. All right? Now, usually this scenario, all right, will be our class time will be ending at this moment. All right, after we finish our delivery or a lecture or discussion of or introduction of the lesson. All right, our class time is already completed from here. So what we are going to do, usually what we do or what people do is to consolidate the new knowledge. All right, by giving homework. All right, and sometimes the people call it follow-up tasks, or sometimes people would call it assignments. So whatever that is, the key idea is that we are making our students consolidate new knowledge outside our classroom. They will be doing it alone, all right, by themselves in their own houses. Okay, there will be no interaction with other students, and also they are like detached from us. You know, we are not anymore connected with them. All right, we are not anymore connected with them. And this one is the things that I observe in my journey, the one that I was talking about a while ago. The reason why I talk about where I first started teaching, where I went after that, and so on until I ended up here in Indonesia, because I want to tell you that this thing that I'm presenting to you now is basically not just my own experience. This is a collective experience of almost all teachers that I met, all right, in my journey. All right, basically, it appears to me that this is like a tradition or the teaching culture. All right. Now, considering that we have a small amount of time this time, some educators are suggesting we invert our instruction. All right, we do classroom inversion. The most common term that they were using here is the use of the word flip. All right, flip. Okay. When we flip the classroom, students are doing the supposedly homework, not in their houses but in school. All right, during Google Meet. All right, as you can see here, those three kids that are sitting like that, facing us while we are doing our lessons, they will be doing the supposedly homework or follow-up task or assignment in the school. All right, where we can give an assistance, all right, or we can guide them there, all right. Just like what I told you a while ago, the idea that consolidation of new knowledge should be done with the teacher around. That is not my personal idea on this. This is like a result of some studies of some other educators, all right. They were saying that in order for the consolidation to be done properly, all right, the teachers have to be connected with the students. However, if you're going to give those homework, follow-up tasks, and assignment as something to be done at home, all right, after school, all right, beyond the class time, then there might be some slowing down of the entire process. Okay, so those proponents of flipped learning or classroom inversion or flipped classroom, as they call it, they are suggesting that we put these homework, follow-up tasks, and assignment into the classroom. All right, and teachers here, as you can see, will be just a guide moving from one group to another. All right, addressing some group specific questions. All right, even if you're going to give, if you have like three groups and you give the same problem to each of these groups, you will see, I know you have already experienced that these groups may have different questions to you. All right, just there's like a group specific what is it, group specific questions, and in that case we need to do some micro teaching. All right, I'll explain more about that later. All right, so basically the idea is that in order for us to do this, in order for the consolidation of new knowledge to be done inside the classroom, where we are there connected to them and giving some assistance, then this delivery of new learning and the receiving of new information in the end of the students should be already something that is done ahead of this one. All right. So what these community of educators recommend is that teachers should put their lectures, put their introduction to a new topic in a form of video. All right, and they can use, of course, the Google product, YouTube, for that. If a teacher is like not very confident in creating their own video, or probably they are not they haven't done this before, don't worry. There are lots of videos that would be available for you in YouTube for one particular topic. You just search it there, and YouTube will tell you like thousands of related videos to that. All right. Well, what you're going to do is just to pick which one is the most related to your lesson. All right. If you were going to create your own video, which one among those pre-made, already available videos would your teacher-made video look like? All right. We source videos. All right. And there are also some websites that give us a collection, all right, or a compilation of videos that are already done by experts in the field. All right. For example, this one, this logo here is the logo of Khan Academy. This is my personal favorite when it comes to the videos. All right, they have a lot of videos available for teachers and students as well. All right, and this is not just about science. They have in maths and some other subject areas. All right, some other subject areas, business, economics, and so on. All right. Now, apart from the Khan Academy, we usually I use also this platform, the TED Education. They also have some, not some, like there's a lot of videos available for educators there as well. All right, this is one. This is something that you can visit if you are finding a video for that you can use in flipping your classroom. All right, if you don't want to do your own teacher-made video. All right. Now, if you're done with the video, you have already selected something. All right, that would best fit your objectives for the day. For example, what you can do, what you need actually is the Google Classroom or any other platforms where you can distribute materials. All right, Google Classroom is one of the best platform to do that. All right, in my case and in my as my recommendation, guys, I don't just put videos in the Google Classroom. All right, they don't just give them the link. Usually, what I do is to embed my video, my own teacher-made video in this application, the Google Form, because apart from Google Form allows embedding of videos, you as teacher can also include, all right, in the assignment some questions related to the videos. All right, you can ask them some remembering and understanding type of question. All right, just to verify whether they really understood the video. I usually use the idea of virtual escape room whenever I use the Google Form. Later, I will be showing you an example of that. All right. For now, I just want to go through the general idea on how this flipped classroom is being done. Okay. So far, what we have discussed so far is that instead of consolidating new knowledge by giving homework, follow-up tasks, and assignment that students will do at home and alone, we are going to bring all those into our classroom where we can do our guidance. All right, we connect with them here. We are very much needed at this part of the learning. All right, so this thing has to be brought into the classroom rather than giving this as individual work to be done at home. All right, so that's the idea. And then if you were able to make a video, this video, according to some educators, these can address also the so-called differentiation. All right, in our classes, we have students that can easily get the idea. All right, when we do our lecture, they can easily absorb the information there. But some other students requires more time to internalize the new learning that we are trying to transfer to them. All right. We usually have heterogeneous classes. All right. They are the level of the students in terms of understanding the concept is kind of different. All right. And even if your classes are homogeneous, all right, because the law of individual differences, no two persons is alike. All right, if you're one person here, there is no one that will be exactly the same as him or her. All right, everyone is different. Okay, even in a homogeneous class, there is always some instances where where there is a need for differentiation. Okay, so when you put your lecture into a video, you create a video of your lecture and you give it to them as an individual work. You were able to address the differentiation. All right, and also they can do this at their own pace. All right, because of this feature of videos, they can play and then they can also stop that one. And if they didn't get the idea at the first run of the video, they can just simply play it again or rewind, all right, to that specific part of the video that they didn't get the idea yet. All right, so these features can make the learning a little bit individualized. All right. They can complete a certain material at their own pace. All right, and also another advantage of putting your lecture in a video is the access. All right, our students can access this one whenever they have internet connection. Okay, and also they can do this thing, or they can watch your video and answer your questions in the form in any convenient time for them. All right, so accessibility and the flexibility also is in there. All right, another advantage that you might you might want to, like a reason for you to do the flipping of your classroom is that apart from these things, you can also have a ready review materials for your students. All right, every after 2.5 months or 3 months, usually in the traditional procedure that we have in our schools, we give them quarterly assessment. All right, before the quarterly assessment, those videos that you made can be used by the students as additional review materials. All right, and also in our case as a teachers, we have these ready resources. All right, if you're teaching physics now, or you're teaching mathematics right now, most likely next year you will be handling the same classes. And if you did the video today, and then next year you're going to be a bit lax. All right, because you already have the resources which you can use to your next classes. All right, the next batch of your students. Okay, all right, so these things are being brought to the school, the school, or in class, or because we are doing online teaching now. These homework, follow-up tasks, and assignment are being brought into the Google Meet. All right, where students are actually collaborating. All right, brainstorming. All right, and doing some application or analysis using the the one that they remembered from your videos and the one that they understood from your videos. They are using all those to analyze things and apply those skills to solve some problems. All right. Now, apart from this, all right. Apart from having being able to collaborate, being able to what is this brainstorm and being able to discuss things in different point of views, okay, we are also there giving some group specific guidance. Okay, if you're going to look at this drawing that I have on your screen right now, uh, it looks like apart from reversing or making our procedure turn upside down like that or inverted or flip, there's also another change that will happen, especially to us. All right, like before, we are like the sage on stage. All right, in the traditional way or the traditional method of teaching. But with the flipped classroom, we from say being the sage on stage, we are going to be the guide on the side of the students. All right, so let me go back to this pyramid. Hold on. I think this one. Hold on. All right. All right. So this pyramid here, I want you to look at some trends. All right. I want you to look at some trends. All right. I tried reflecting about this Bloom's taxonomy pyramid, and this remembering here at the bottom part of the pyramid and the understanding. These are the skills that are actually possible to be learned by students as an individual. All right. Acquiring these skills does not require collaboration with other students in class. All right. But as you go up to the pyramid, all right, as you go up to the pyramid like that here, it can just be done by individual. All right. As you move up, all right, from bottom to top, there is a increasing need for collaboration. All right. There's an increasing need for collaboration, especially on the part of creating, evaluating, analyzing, all right, and applying also. All right. So this is what is going. What is happening when you try to reflect on when can these be done in class. All right. The remembering and understanding skills can just be learned by an individual. All right. However, even most studies would say that the applying, analyzing, evaluating, creating, or the higher order thinking skills, those things can be best acquired by students by collaborating with their peers, all right, or collaborating with some other people, all right, like for example, the science laboratory technician, things like that, or you yourself as their teacher. Okay. Now, since you are doing some groups here, just like what I told you at the beginning, even if you have even if you have the same problem for the group, usually they will be asking you different questions. All right, so you've got to go from one group to another, doing some micro teaching. All right, so it's like you address group specific issues. All right, one group needs some help at this one part of the activity. The other group doing the same activity might have a different assistance being asked to you as a teacher. All right. So we are doing micro teaching there on top. All right, because the students are like group. At the bottom part. Okay. This is going to be macro teaching. We teach them the most generic ideas, those things that all of our students should know. All right, those things that all our students should remember, or all those things that all our students should understand. And logically speaking, and maybe this is the reason why we are doing this group learning. All right, if this is macro teaching and the content of our teaching should be something that is supposed to be learned by each one of our students, then it is very logical to just ask them to come to one place and then you just deliver the lesson there, and This is happening all at the same time for our students. However, that is not the only logical thing that can be done here. The group learning, because of this macro idea that they are supposed to learn at this point, group learning is something logical, but this is not the only logical way on how to do this. All right, you can make it like individual also. Your instruction can just be moved from group learning going to individual learning by putting our lecture, all right, just like how we address all our students all at the same time in our classroom before. We can just put that lecture that we have, or discussion or introduction of our topic, into a video, okay, and then we give that as something that they are going to do at home. And then when they come to school, the class time, or when they come to the Google Meet, we can use that to address the other level, all right, the other level here in our taxonomy, all right, the Bloom's taxonomy, the higher order thinking skills from here, all right. We need some grouping here. It's just that we need to make sure that the activity that we are preparing fits the group. All right, it has to be something that requires collaboration, brainstorming, things like that. Okay, and it has to be dynamic and interactive. All right, and in the process, while they are doing this, we are there. Their teacher is a guide on their side. All right, so that's the point. All right, when we flip our classroom, uh, the idea are also taken from the idea, the rationale are also taken from this Bloom's taxonomy that each one of us here, as teachers, are very aware, all right, or very familiar of. All right, okay, so now my next slide is like a summary only. All right, this is just a summary of what I previously discussed. Those first two slides that I have. We have here some kind of a diagram. Here is the in class, and here is the out of class. And then this part here are divided into three. Okay, like these ones are the activities that we are doing before class. This is during classes, and then this is after our class. Now, as you can see, this is also something that aligns to what I told you at the beginning. All right, from using the last two slides that I have. Okay, we are recording our videos, and then we are making them those videos available in YouTube for students access. All right, and then we distribute the video using the Google Classroom. And my suggestion, you put your video in Google Form, so you can also include some simple understanding and remembering questions. All right, now when after doing this, when they go and meet you in the classroom, or in the Google Meet, or in Microsoft Teams, um, you can use there are many applications offered by Google that allows students to collaborate with each other. All right, one of the most common application that I use in my class is the Jamboard. All right. Now, sometimes I also use slides. All right, Google Sheets, and this one, the Google Docs. All right, they have features related to collaboration. Okay. Now, after the class, you might want to go through, give them a homework. All right, and the home, or also another option for you is that you just continue this one the next time you meet them inside the classroom. It depends on whether you feel that they need you while they are doing it. Okay, if you feel that after this activity during class, they can now work independently, even at higher order, even with the problems that requires higher order thinking skills, then you can give them some homework to work on here, like this. All right. But if you feel that they still need some assistance from you, then you can just continue it here. All right, continue it in class. So you can provide assistance. All right, and we can be a guide on their side. All right, let's move to the next slide. All right, the next slide is basically something related to the first, but it's just that I just want to share some information from you that you see this thing. This is a very familiar one for us. This is what we learned in the university, the Bloom's taxonomy, and this is equivalent to this. This one is basically the one that we apply whenever we have this setup, the traditional setup. All right. When we flip the classroom, most educators are suggesting we also flip the Google. What is this? We also flip the Bloom's taxonomy triangle or the Bloom's taxonomy pyramid. So most of them are suggesting this one. The flipped learning model is going to be like this. Remembering and understanding are done outside the classroom, while the other skills from applying, analyzing down to the creating are being done inside the classroom. Okay? So that's how they are doing this. And now let me go back to the question a while ago. In which part, a while ago, my question was, which part of our lesson should we spend our trimmed down time? Or when are we supposed to be staying connected with our students, all right? Now, we can also answer that using the idea of the triangles here. In which part, in which skills, the staying connected on trimmed down time is really required, okay? Or if you're going to rephrase that, when is the best time to meet the students, all right? Or like also another thing is when are we needed most by our students? Is it at the part when they are supposed to remember and understand our lesson, or at that part when they are already applying and analyzing, evaluating, and creating their things? All right. So another way to rephrase that one is this one. What is the best use of our face-to-face class time? All right, because right now we have a limited face-to-face class time. I told you a while ago I used to have like 4 to 5 hours of class time, but now my class time has been trimmed down to half of that, like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Okay, where should I spend those class time? Okay, is it here, remembering and understanding, or applying or analyzing, or this part here? Okay, now in this model, it looks like we are going to spend this with this on these four skills here. However, you see, not all educators agree to this kind of flipped learning model. Some are like saying, oh, this kind of model only applies to graduate students. All right, outside the classroom, they attend trainings, they attend seminars, they attend conferences, and then when they go back, they also gather some data for their research, things like that, and then they go back to their classroom with their teachers, doing the applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating things. All right, some educators, some groups of educators are actually not agreeing in this flipped learning model. Instead, they said the model has to be something that looks like a diamond, and I agree with them. And this is also what I'm doing inside my classes. All right, as much as possible, I try to follow this one. All right, before class, as you can see here, because the key idea, by the way, guys, the key idea. Another thing about this triangle is that the area here are actually proportional to the time to be spent. All right, to be spent to learn the skills. All right, so in this case, it looks like they are going to spend a lot of time here, and then the time is going to be like becoming lesser and lesser as they go to the top skill in the Bloom's taxonomy. All right, the other scientists are not agreeing to this because they claim that this one is applicable only for graduate students, not in our classroom in the primary or elementary levels, or in the secondary levels, all right, or even in the university levels. And they are proposing that we should do this. We spend less time in the remember and the understanding, and we give this to them before class, all right, like in a video that I told you a while ago. All right, now when they go and meet us inside the classroom or in Google Meet, then we focus on these skills, analyze and apply, and we spend more time on this. All right. And then the other skills or the time here is going to be more similar to the understanding and remember. All right. So these are some of the ideas about the Bloom's taxonomy and how the Bloom's taxonomy has been remodeled by communities of educators around the world. All right, they have some different ideas. In my personal point of view, I would rather use the. I agree with the last group that I mentioned to you. All right, that this one is basically more of applying in the graduate studies, while this one is the one that is needed when you flip your classroom in dep ed schools, all right, or even in the university, all right. But as long if it's like after bachelor's degree already, they're taking masters, PhDs, then this one is going to be the model. Okay, so all right. I will be. I came now to the last part of my talk for today. Later, I will be showing you some the YouTube here. For example, the YouTube. This is the idea. What I did, what I do in my class, or as much as possible, what I plan to do in my class. Sometimes the time, also the preparation time, hampers me to constrained me to deliver my flip classroom videos also. All right. If I have a lot of time, usually what I do is to record my lecture and put it in my YouTube channel. Or if you cannot do that, there are some other places, just like what I told you a while ago, the TED Ed or the Khan Academy. And then this video will be put in the Google Classroom. And in my case, I always do virtual escape room. By the way, virtual escape room, I'll show you one example later. Virtual escape room is like I put the video in the form, and then there are some follow-up questions there. If the students didn't get the correct answer, they will be held in the loop. They will be required to watch the video again and then answer the question. And then if they miss some of the questions again, then they will be in the loop again. They need to watch the video again until such time that they were able to get the idea already and were able to apply that in answering the questions. All right. And then when everything is okay, they can just click submit, and they are already able to escape the Google form. So something like that. It's kind of like a game. All right. Using the Google form. All right, and also I put this is my suggestion also to everyone. Don't just give the YouTube link to your students, especially the younger ones, because YouTube is always been giving some suggested videos at the right side of the YouTube window. All right, sometimes the suggested videos are not actually suited for the age of our students. All right, some of the videos that are suggested by YouTube at the right part of the window might harm our students also. It would be better if you can just put the video in a Google form like that. All right. Now, after I've done with this form, I will be putting it in a Google Classroom. Google Classroom has a lot of function. All right, like many benefits of the Google Classroom, and one of that is to disseminate our activities. And the Google form, in that case, the Google form is being put in my Google Classroom whenever I do this flipping. All right. Now, Google Classroom, and then when I meet them online or in class, they will be. We are going to use Meet. All right. In my school, we are using Google Meet. All right. But there are some equivalent or any other platforms apart from this one. Okay. And sometimes we do usually we do breakout rooms. All right, we do breakout rooms, and also sometimes I ask them to use the chat if they feel they need my assistance. or they need my guidance on or already, the one that I mentioned a while ago, the group specific issues that you have to address as guide on the side, all right, when you flip your classroom. And right now, I think like a couple of weeks ago or last week, I'm not so sure, the Google Meet already have this feature that students will be able to raise their hand. I haven't tried this because our class ended like 2 weeks ago when this one was made available in the Google Meet. I haven't tried this, but I am thinking of using this one for the same idea that they need to notify me if they need some of my guidance. All right. Now, if you're going to do this breakout rooms of basically this one, if you're going to do this and you will be joining all those breakout rooms, then it's going to be noisy in your ends. All right. Well, sometimes when my students said, "Okay, Mr. Marlon, can we just use WhatsApp?" WhatsApp, by the way, is something very popular here in Indonesia. All right. They can do it in WhatsApp. And then when they have questions, they go back to my Meet and then ask me questions in there directly. All right. Yeah, I am not sure whether in the Philippines you are using WhatsApp, but I am pretty aware that Viber is a bit popular, a little popular in the Philippines also. This one can be done instead of the breakout rooms if you want. Okay, because I'm telling you, if you're going to use breakout rooms and you are all in this room, then most likely it's going to be noisy in your end. All right. And another thing, if you want to go fully Google, the Google has this Hangouts. All right. If you still remember, if you imagine you open your Gmail, there's this something at the lower. There's a panel like a lower left corner of the Gmail window where you can send message to each other. All right. So that's the Hangout. The Hangout. Actually, the Google Meet came from that platform, I guess. All right, I'm not very sure. All right, when they are in groups, so this is just like what I told you a while ago. They will be using Jamboard to collaborate. All right, and the Jamboard is to be shared to me, so I can also see that and give some inputs as well if they require it. And apart from Jamboard, these are some of the things that you might consider. All right, Google Docs and Google Sheets and Google Slides, depending on the type of activity that you are going to create for the students so that they can address the analyzing and the application. All right, guys. So, all right, hold on. By the way, so I need to show you something. This one, give me 5 minutes. Hold on. All right, maybe I click this one. All right. All right. In my broadcast here, if you're going to go through the down and then click the. All right. Hold on. By the way, so I need hold on. Sorry. All right. If you go through if you look at the description, there are some links in there, like this one, the form here. This form is actually an example of the what I called a while ago the virtual escape room. All right, that students are like answering. For example, this one, like any random email around there. All right, and then this part here is like the flip video that I gave them previously. All right, this is just something that they can go through again if they still want, but it's an optional thing. They can just click this one if they want to go to that particular video that is made available for them for the new topic. For example, this one. All right, so I will be asking them to watch this video. All right, and then after watching the video, there are some questions here that tests that is actually targeting the remembering and the understanding skills in the Bloom's taxonomy. All right, these ones. All right. For example, let me just click these things because I made this required. We cannot go to the next slide if I don't click anything. All right. So this one. So I made it like this. If they got all these questions correctly, they will be able to go to the submit button. All right. Now, if they miss one or two of these things, they will be required to do it again. Watch the video again, answer the questions again, until such time that all the questions are already answered correctly. All right. In a way, this virtual escape room will make sure that our students will go to our class with the readiness already. They already have this. They remember what we want them to remember. They understood what we want them to understand. Things like that, so that we can concentrate on that middle part of the pyramid, which is the applying and the analyzing skills. All right. So that's basically it. I need to go back. Maybe I put. Sarah, are you ready? I'll be putting you back. Okay.
Hi, Sir Marlon. That is very, very informative. You know, I've got a lot of things from you. I got a lot of tips from you, and I am really excited to really like share this to everybody also in my school, and probably we could further improve our way of teaching. And that's very, very uplifting us, given the context of pandemic. Very good, sir. Now, actually, we have one question from the group, and I think you can work on this now. Ready? Yeah. So the question is, sir, given
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
everything that you shared to us, how were you able to put the ideas together?
Uh, Basically, what happened here is like when I was still in Malaysia, the flipped classroom is not a very new strategy. Actually, this has been in the educational community for like about a decade already. About a decade already. I heard about this in 2012, and I tried to do this in my old school. All right, using these WordPress.com. I used that one because I wasn't familiar with the Google sites. Whether I'm suggesting Google sites is better or the Google Classroom also is better for flipping your classroom. But back then, I was using the WordPress. But the issue that I had before was like I stopped like that. I tried to I got some insights from the responses from my students back then, but I stopped doing it because of the unpopularity, things like that, or some acceptance also, and also some resistance from the parents. There are some occasions because the idea is this. Before I do my flipping or the flipping of my classroom when I was teaching in my former school, I've got to send a letter to the parents, to the principal. And if there's one parent that disagree with the implementation of the flipped classroom in my class, then everyone gets affected. So yeah, that one. That is one of the reasons why I stopped that one. And then I just continued this here in Indonesia. All right. So basically, flipping the classroom is the insights that I got are just from readings. All right.
Oh,
I didn't attend some webinars or trainings like this about flipped classroom. But you see, if you're interested with something, there are many ways on how to understand the concept. There are many educators around maintaining a blog site like a blogger. All right, they have Google sites also. All the informations are in there. All right, and also you can go through some websites where there are some scholarly articles talking about flipped classroom. All right, so the ideas are all in there, and they have some recommendations on how to do it. You just need to pick those things and put it in your classes. You know, like you pick one here. It's like a Frankenstein. You know, we what
yes.
I'm doing here in my classes is like a combination of my reading. I took something from this reading. I took something from this reading. I saw a video about this. I took something from there and combine everything together and come up with this idea.
All right. Thank you very much, Sir Marlon. It really did help a lot, right? Now, I think that's it. I would like to say thank you for our audience and of course to you, Sir Marlon. We learned that flip learning is one of the creative gifts that educators could work on with to help us adopt an online distance learning given the context of the pandemic. Maraming salamat po at sana marami rin po kayo natutunan. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan na sagutan yung evaluation form. Yung link po ay nasa chat box at naka-flash din po ngayon sa inyong screen. May chance din po kayong manalo ng GCE Level 1 test vouchers just by answering the evaluation form. We will also be sending out an e-certificates for participation, and we will announce the winners today. Ang next talk po natin ay tungkol sa building community of teachers for teachers where to be held by the Kaagapay Teacher Support, Mr. Franco Adun, Mr. Angelo Malyari, and Mr. Jambi Santos. And we hope to see you there too. Salamat po, lalo na sa mga guro nagtutulungan para sa bayan. Sir Marlon, salamat po.
All right, bye. Bye, everyone.